Yeah, this is Bad Weather Tournament soon, so I'm gonna have to do this. Well, I have 35 minutes, 40 minutes to watch it, to do it, so it's not a big deal if we don't do it right away. I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. You gonna do the one to stop. Oh, there you go, perfect. Darling, shit. Funny thing is, when I upload, you're gonna hear the intro, and when you hear the intro, the same intro as this one. Should we change the intro? I shall think not. Is it alright? My mom bought these yesterday, and they're buses. They are straight up bussin'. Something I heard my neighbor, my 87 years old, saying. So, since she's the coolest kid on the block, I'm gonna be copying her. Digital Crisis is actually pretty good. We have the whole thing, which do we trust Michael or not, right? Now, this is the cool thing because a reason for them to trust Michael, and again, I think I'm oversaturated with the show, but it's so freaking good because a good reason to trust Michael is if he follows shitty courses. Now, if he follows shitty courses, it will be more trustworthy. Now we're not sure. What is super cool is we have Vicky, who kind of fucks over Michael. And it's like, yo, this is my neighborhood right now. This is super cool because, first of all, she betrayed Michael. Michael betrayed them. And I think that Michael knows that the neighborhood didn't work and there's no saving it. So I think that he's okay with her taking over because it will lead into failure. Mm-mm-mm. 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 This is really good. We have the courses of shitty. Now, what I will say is that you did trade something for something else. We traded Michael for Jason that takes the course. Now, am I okay with this? Yes and no. Do I prefer Michael as a character? Absolutely. However, if you're trading off, then you're making the whole point of Jason taking the course completely useless. We're missing half. So cool. By the way, I was lacking motivation yesterday. Oh, I got a text. We have it back. This is so good. Ink, stop it, bro. So, basically, what's going on is that Michael doesn't listen to the course. He doesn't care because he doesn't see the use of shitty courses. However, Michael realized that this is kind of cool because Eleanor's like, yo, you understand that the guy doesn't care about what you're saying, right? It's kind of important because realizing that Michael doesn't care about the course makes them realize, okay, well, why doesn't he care? Because he's immortal being, so he won't die. So there's no true consequences to him dying. Hmm. I'll eat a whole box of that. Hmm. That was good. Are you uploading? You're uploading. So, if Michael can realize what it is to be dying, he would care. We have Tahani and Jason. Tahani and Jason will ultimately lead in a love story. Now, here's the reason, one of the reasons why this is such a good time. This is one of the reasons why there's such a bad time. Okay, so huge spoiler. Why is it so good is because Michael realized that there's no way to change who they are as people in a good place. If they were bad people when they died, they're the bad people when they died. So then Michael, he kind of revives them. Said, well, give him more time. If you didn't die that day, would you solve your problem? Hmm? So he does that. So Tahani and Jason is a dumb plot. Why? Because it's a plot that's made to it's a plot that's made to okay, so the whole thing between Tahani and Janet is three things. Getting closer, shitty closer to Eleanor. I actually really like Tahani characters. At the end, I really like her. Um, Second, it is a plot to okay, well, to make Janet mad. Janet is what mad? Why is that important? Janet is impartial. Michael might betray us. Janet literally can't. If she cannot betray us, there's no point, right? And the third plot is, you want to have Janet and Jason do something. And at the same time, it's kind of cool because, yes, putting them together was a plot to torture them both. However, what if it was a something that was meant to happen? If it was meant to happen. Also, we had a really good talk to this morning, so my brain is stimulated, which is possibly why I love the show so much right now. Um, so yeah, so Shitty and Eleanor convince Michael that, and this is super cool. This is super cool because Michael gonna die, right? Gonna die. But then Eleanor, and she's a bitch for that. She will make him realize that he might not be able to die physically, but he will be able to die in a way. So, for example, if the neighborhood doesn't work, all of his life work serves no purpose. If his life serves no life purposes, then what was the point of it, right? And because what was the point of it, then you're able to ask the following question: There's, what was the point of your life, right? So because that, Michael gets a social crisis. This is kind of cool because it'll do will have a midlife crisis, which is cool because this is why Vicky doesn't stop trusting Michael. Okay, well, this is weird, and I gotta say the writing of the show is amazing. There's a lot of part that I don't appreciate or I don't fall in love with, but when it's good, the show is great. We literally have a wire on both phones, black and red, black and yellow, black and yellow. I'm in a good mood today. Chatting up two girls. So yeah, yeah. So there we go. Shitty ask Michael, listen, you're gonna die the if what's his name? The guy who plays Kevin. If Sean realizes what you're doing, it'll kill you, right? So, and this is the craziest thing. Michael is in a worse position that he is. He possibly never had to face adversity, but he is in a bad position. Either he's helping Shitty and he's running away, or he is with Vicky, and Vicky will betray him. In both cases, he ends up being tortured, which is kind of cool because it gives him a reason. You got more of Eleanor past about why she feels shitty, and this is super cool because this is basically explaining Eleanor about death in herself, and this is super nice for a couple of reasons. The first reason why this is nice is because Eleanor is possibly the one that's most similar to Mindy Sinclair, but also the most similar to she's the baddest out of the four, the worst person. So we see flashback of her realizing that her life is shit. For example, we have a flashback of her mom telling her that her dog is dead and that she has to get over it because it's part of life. We have another scene where her father dies. And you realize that the mom and her father dies, the mom is traumatic. Then you realize that a lot of the growth that Eleanor has to do is because her parents were shitty and her mom is still being shitty. See, at the same thing, your growth is all the question of experiences. You live experiences, you take steps. Her mom being so shitty is the reason why she cannot take it further steps ahead. Because she cannot take it further steps ahead, she's stuck in the same position all the time. So, for example, she goes to their father funeral. Her father was a crappy person, and this is super cool because she doesn't care that his father dead. She doesn't care at all. Then she goes to see a store, and she sees a toothbrush stand where there's two parents and there's two kids. And she starts crying because she's like, the two toothbrushes are washing over the toothbrush. So this is actually pretty cool. Why? Because it's her realizing that her life was kind of meaningless, and there's just more to life than being a cunt, like a better word. We got Jason and Tahani. They're organizing a party, um, which is super cool because again we are pretending like everything is okay. Now this is also nice because we have Vicky throwing a party and we have Tahani throwing a party. Really speaking, Tahani and Vicky are very similar. Tahani's whole point is to prove that she is better than her sister. Vicky's whole point is she's proving that she's better than Michael. That way she get the promotion that she feel like she deserves. Michael has a midlife crisis. Kind of cool. So the coolest thing that he does is he writes in Chinese kanji, Japan, which I thought was hilarious. It's it's just nuts to do. But then they're pinpointing that yo, this is bad. Um, because Shidi says the existential crisis is a great thing. Because you're asking yourself, hey, did my life have meaning? The midlife crisis is horrible because you're saying, okay, well, I'm at the midlife when it's time to change right now. You might be able to save somebody through trauma or fear, but you won't be able to save somebody that wants to discover life or live his life fully. See, and at this point, this is also super important for the character of Michael because the character of Michael is facing retirement. He's facing inevitable failure, which will lead to his death. And because he's feeling that, he's like, okay, well, I have this amount of time before I'm tortured. Let's just enjoy ourselves, you know? But that was cool. That was cool. Do, 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 do. And I actually love the character of Michael, but Janet also is super cool. Janet takes more time to appreciate than Michael Basil. Now, there's a scene, the next scene is something I absolutely love. Got Eleanor convincing Michael to do the course of Shitty. And this is cool because Eleanor, although much better thanks to Shitty courses, she's still sort of a bad person. So this is, I'm evolved enough to see the importance and to tell people how important it is to be a good person versus what I used to be. And she also tells Michael about death and how it's supposed to be okay. See, in this sense, it's also very healing because we saw how her mom approached poorly the fact that death is something. But then she she re- she gave the advice that she wished she had, which is kind of cool, you know. Such a great show. I'm sorry that I gave up yesterday. And Kristen Bell, what a gorgeous lady, you know. Then we have Tahani being super cool, and this is a scene that I love. You see Shitty being there with books, right, and realizing that this is insane because this is Irma to shine. And you see how much she grew, but how much she's able to teach, right? And you just gave her a chance. Just amazing, just amazing. Honestly, where I am, the show to me I felt pointless, but where I am, it's so meaningful that I'm willing to make sacrifices because I'm willing to watch the whole show. I'm so fucking happy about it. You know, we got Tahani and Jason, and this is super cool because this is the first time where I actually kind of love Jason. Jason talking with Tahani, and she says, "I feel like a failure because of Vicky. I feel like whatever I do, it's not meaningful." He's like, "What are you talking about? You're nice to me. I like you because you're nice to me, and you're the nicest person to me here. You're the only one that acknowledged my feeling," which is something we see. And at the end, Jason and Tahani bond. So why is that important? Because Jason married Janet because she cared about him, and Tahani shows him, so we know that Jason is in. At the same time, it's so stupid because it makes so much sense. We establish exactly what character is Jason and what character is Tahani. Jason gets the care that he wants as a child from Tahani, and Tahani gets the recognition that she wants to. She's a child. Jason doesn't care about his sister; he cares about her, and this is super nice. So it's super nice, because and now we have Michael that's more open about it, and this is super cool because the way it ends is Michael is still a shitty person. He's still very shitty, but he's willing to become a better person, and this is how it should end. It should end with the fact that okay, well, you know what, Michael was shitty, but he's on the way to redemption. And episode 5, which is possibly my favorite episode. Why? Is the trolley dilemma. So the trolley dilemma is one of the biggest questions when it comes to moral, right? And why it's super cool is because you see Eleanor on the grave path. You see Janet and Jason on the grave path. You see Michael willing to take a chance. But this episode is about Chitty. So Chitty used a tramway example as a person. Basically, what he says is you have a chance between saving 5 people and 1 person. Who do you end up choosing? Which is super cool because it is like, for example, it is a good question. For example, if you know the person that you're supposed to save, do you save 5 strangers or you save the person that you love, right? And then this, I gotta say, it blew my mind because you said, okay, well, guess what? And what is cool here is Jason and Tahani are part of the thing. They're part of the course. Why I like this episode a lot is because it's a problem for Chitty. It's not a problem for Michael. It's not a problem for Eleanor. So I thought it was really nice that they put some problematics for Shitty because Shitty so far has been the character that has the less, sadly, growth. Okay, so why do I feel that Shitty has less growth? Because the whole thing is about becoming a better person. Shitty being the one closest to becoming a better person doesn't have to improve as much as Tahani, as Jason, as Eleanor do, as Michael do. So he's in a position where it doesn't have to change or improve as much, which means that he doesn't have to put in as much effort to change compared to the others. Because they're putting effort to change, and we want this to be interesting, we have to see changes and changes and changes and changes to picture that, okay, well, what Shitty is doing is working. And this is the important. There's no this no. So this is super cool. So you talk about the trolley problem, right? And the trolley problem evolves because he's like, this is so fucking cool. This is so fucking cool. He said, okay, well, there's 5 people that need organ transplant. You can choose to kill one person and put the organ in 5 people. You kill one person and you save 5. And then Jason's like, it's not the same. And Jason's like, what do you mean it's not the same? You're killing 5 people you're killing one person to save 5. Now, the principle of this is the greater good. How far am I willing to go for the greater good? Which is great because the greater good is going to war to save my country but risking my life. Is my life more important than the life of my country? Which is something like that, right? So what you're saying is also a good example. However, it is different, in my opinion. Now, he does ask the question of why it's not different. The people on the trolley, there's no escape. They're gonna die anyway. The people in the hospital, you have to find a person that's willing to do it. Somebody that's willingly giving their organ to save 5 other people, and that's different. But it's a great example. Now, Michael, when he's not nice, he has to say, humans are good, which is super cool. Now, this is really nice because the whole episode is Michael not understanding, but he's ending up torturing Shitty, which is so fucking cool. Now, here's the bummer. So the trolley is, again, there's a tramway, there's a train coming. You can switch a lever. On one side is one person, on the side is 5 people, right? And then what you're doing is, okay, well, I want to save 5 people. Okay, but you know this person. I still want to save 5 people. Okay, but this person is your parents or somebody that you love, your girlfriend. You know? This is bad. Why is that bad? Because Shitty cannot take an answer. The whole thing is about Shitty not taking a decision and torturing Shitty, which is kind of cool. So we have, and this is also nice because it's the 4 characters. You got Tahani and Jason, which are super, super, super important this episode. So they're sleeping around, and Jason is super good with the idea. Tahani is a bit ashamed because she's like, Jason doesn't have any stature, so if I'm dating Jason, people are gonna think that I lower myself for a standard, and there's something wrong with me. Jason is happy about the relationship. Tahani is reserved because she feels like she's settling down. Which, in this case, Jason has been a better person to her than anybody in. In this case, Jason has been a better person to her than even Shitty, which is the better person in the neighborhood. You know? Eleanor asks questions. She's like, okay, well, why are you guys together so much? And then Tahani's like, oh my god, our secret is endangered. Eleanor's no. And she's like, what's the problem if she knows? Who cares? Who gives a shit? And Tahani's like, yeah, I do. So this is super cool. We got Eleanor and Shitty, and this is super super nice because Eleanor and Shitty are both of them, they grew from this experience. They become better person, etc., etc., etc. The question is Eleanor far enough to be able to learn on her own? For example, right, with Michael is a newer student, and we had Eleanor able to give him a couple of advice, which is great. However, it's begging to ask a question. Um, if something was to happen to Shitty, would Eleanor be okay? We know she's improving, and the fact that we have a new student, which is Michael, remind us of how much she improved. And Shitty is just lost because it's like, I don't know if I can help him. You know? Good stuff. So we have this Janet. Give me a sec. And it's super cool. Shitty, he makes her raps to teach, and it's actually a good rap. So we got Janet. Tahani and Jason want to see Janet because she's impartial. So people don't want, she doesn't want people to know that she's dating Janet, and Janet is obligated by her own rules to not talk about our relationship problem. So this is super cool. Um, and this is also nice because by Shiri teaching Michael, it's a lot. How do I say this? It's a lot better. G. Eleanor. For example, right now we're talking about Les Miserables. Les Miserables is a guy that was prosecuted his whole life for something crime he committed. The crime he committed is he stole a loaf of bread for his starving family, you know? So then he tortured his whole life, and then you wonder at the end of the movie, what the movie is supposed to teach you, Les Miserables, is was it did he deserve all that, right? So Michael doesn't understand it. Michael is far, 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 far from doing this. And Michael will question Shitty, like, hey, are you so much better than me? Um, we got Tahani and Jason, right? Who are dating. Ultimately speaking, this is unimportant. Because ultimately speaking, it's some sort of advice. But at the same time, it's not the most important because they don't end up together, first of all. And second of all, it's not like you were gonna go. Well, I don't remember. They might end up together, which will be important. For now, it's not important. So Janet, why is that important? Because Janet is starting to have glitches. She loses a thumb. She has a lot of glitches, and this is introducing the theory that, or the concept that Janet is not okay with the relationship between Jason and Tahani. So she's glitching, which means that she has feeling, which she has is soul. You see Janet as this robot, and then because she has a feeling that are making her malfunction, I mean that she has feeling, which means that the sentient being, which means we shouldn't kill her if something was to happen, which is kind of cool because we didn't have that with Janet yet. Let's go. Perfect, 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 perfect. So now with Shitty, Michael gets Shitty to drive the tramway, right? And do the choices. Now this is super cool. This is super, super, super cool. So now, this is a very good explanation. So they're showing the numbers. See, there's 5 workers and 1 workers. And they ask Shitty, what do you choose to save, right? And he tells Shitty to make a choice, but he cannot make a choice. So basically what happened is... and he ends up doing what? He ends up killing the 5 of them, which is the wrong choices. Is that the right choices though? I don't know. So then they redo the same exercise, but guess what? This time it's a friend. It's a friend of. Look at this. Look at this. This is a Tom, guys. This is Tom. This is how well this show is made. She's malfunctioning, which is mean that this is a problem. Which the problem ends up being Jason. Then we had the same trolley problem, but this time it's his friend, shitty friend, and it's a friend with the boots. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of really funny. So then Michael goes in and he tells Shitty, okay, well, this is the other problem. We have 5 people that need transplant. But guess what? You have to kill Eleanor, which you're in love with. If you kill Eleanor, she has all the organ that you need. Now this is super cool. So Shitty says no. And Shitty, amazingly speaking, amazingly, I'm so blown away, goes in and said, no, I have a Hippocratic oath. I will not harm people. This is in the oath that I took as a doctor. So technically speaking, it's not my choice. It's the choice of the order of doctors. So Michael said, okay, well, you have to tell people. And this is super cool because there's in the people that she has to tell, it is so fucking cool because there's a kid and she says, my father got in an accident, which is a man driving a trolley. That was Shitty that heard him. This is funny. Eleanor's like, you're full of shit, Michael. You're trying to torture Shitty again, which is super funny. Then Shitty's like, okay, well, guess what? And then this is a super, super important moment for Shitty, right? Super important moment for Shitty because he tells Michael, like, no, you're done. You're not going to my class anymore. You're not welcome in my class anymore. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be friend with you. And this is the first time that we see Michael angry at somebody, except for Eleanor in the first couple of episodes, right? Eleanor, however, we see a huge growth from her. She's literally talking about how she's sorry because Michael took the class, and because he's a bad student, she feels responsible. She feels responsible because she introduced him to Shitty, which ultimately led him to get hurt. So she feels responsible for the hurt because she was behind the first contact, right? But she wasn't. But the sentiment is nice. It is super understandable. So Eleanor goes in and faces the situation, which is kind of nice. It's super nice because the way that she does, right? The way that she does is she's like, you know what? You and I are the same. I wouldn't apologize, but it's up to you. So then this is kind of crazy because it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? However, it makes all the sense in the world. She's basically asked him to the trolley choices. On one road, you're hurting, Chili's feeling. On the other road, you're saving yourself. Asking him, do you want to keep torturing people? Or you want to actually be a nice guy? And she asked him to make a choice. And then for Shitty, who's on a tramway, if Michael saved him, it is kind of nice. I gotta say. And the whole thing is about making the right choices. Are you hurting people for the greater good? Michael had a choice. If he apologized to Shitty, he saved 5 people. Or it can be in his own head. So it's kind of nice.
Napoleon Eleanor.
And it's kind of cool because Eleanor still a good character. She understands why he's acting like that, because she used to be like that. And then she talks about how she understands how she feels. And what I love about the scene is Eleanor doesn't say do it for me. She just says like, yo, let's fucking do it. So this is funny. Michael feels bad, so he ends up giving gifts to everybody, which is a nice gesture. Give the honey a diamond. He give Jason a balloon, which Jason pop, and he gives Eleanor a huge shrimp, unlimited shrimp things. He gives Shitty a book from his favorite ethic forefather, but it has never been published, right? And everybody's like super happy about what Michael gave. Shitty says, you know what? I don't want you to give. This is a bribe, and I'll not take it. If I take this bribe, I'm basically saying that it's okay to treat me like shit, and I don't think it's okay to treat me like shit. So this is huge because then Michael's like, okay, well, what do you want? And Shitty's like, I want an apologies, and I want real apologies. So this is the course that Michael did. It doesn't matter how little Michael cared about the course. It doesn't matter how little Michael cared about the trolley problem. All that matters is that at the end, he was able to apologize sincerely to Chitty because he knew deep down that what he did was not cool. So this is the growth we're talking about. Because there is some growth.
I fear this neighborhood is in danger.
Because there's problem. And this is so cool. This is so fucking cool. Because this is the proof that they need. This is the proof that they needed. They need Michael to show that he was willing to help them, that he wouldn't betray him. This is the show of humanity that they needed to say, you know what? He does care. Maybe he won't betray us. So now we have Janet malfunctioning. Malfunctioning because Tahani and Jason ask her to be there to give her couple counseling. However, she's malfunctioning and Michael is aware of that. I have time for another episode. After that, I have to do the tournament. Episode 6, Janet and Michael. So the flashback in this one are super cool because we're seeing how Michael basically stole Janet to do his bidding. Now, why is that such a good scene? It's a great scene because, and this is such a good episode. Again, it's a great scene because this is the action of evil Michael, and now we're getting a reality of this is good Michael. So we're getting her how to steal. You got Michael who's bragging about the good Janet. Now, this is kind of important.
They need to. They keep their Janets in a loop.
This is important because he basically lied to her. Michael tells Janet that it's going to be a good place because she's a good Janet. There's a bad Janet, there's a good Janet. So basically what he's telling her is like, I'm going to use a good Janet to make the neighborhood a good place. Not a perfect place, but a good place. And it's kind of cool because we see in the past that Michael is kind of using Janet, right? And then Michael possibly has some remorse, but it's more so like, no, this won't work. This is not gonna. You're not gonna be helpful to me. We see a flashback, right? And this is so cool. This is so cool because what he does, and this is kind of nice because we know this from the show. So he says the good place. He creates a neighborhood. It's like, you know what? There's something just missing. There's something here that's missing. I don't know what it is. It's missing. And he has all of those pudding places. And then Janet says, what about frozen yogurt? And he's like, this is genius. So he ate it. And he says, this is good. This is not great. It's just good, which is why it's perfect. So because of that, they really bond. So the whole time, there's actually a really nice scene It's a really nice scene because you truly see how Michael is changing as a person. So Michael try to figure out how Janet works. So he sees the chapter 20, by the way. Um, he sees the problem and says, okay, well, what could be the problem? So you're lying to yourself, right? And this is insane because he realizes that she's lying to herself, and because he lied to her, she's malfunctioning, which is not true. But Michael does feel bad about it. Michael does really feel bad about it, which is also important. However, then we realize that Janet's problems are with Jason and Tahani. Now, this is also important because Michael is the only one that has knowledge over all timelines. So we do because we're a watcher of the show, but nobody else in the show knows that. So we remember in the first timeline, Jason and Tahani and Janet ended up together, married. So they're saying that they're still feeling for Jason. So he's like, okay, well, guess what? This is why you're malfunctioning, right? So he gives advice. The advice of Michael is like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. And it's Eleanor that comes in and says, you know what? I don't understand what you need. You need a rebound guy, which will ultimately lead her to create Derek, which is the next episode. Derek is not a great episode, but still, there's a great purpose for Derek. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good.
No, that is impossible.
I love this.
When was the first
See, the first glitch was always with Tahani and Jason. So this old episode is kind of nice. Now we're seeing we we're getting shitty to be tortured. It's nice because Janet and Michael are now part of the plan, and we're seeing how everybody else reacts. I don't remember much of this episode though.
Oh, yeah, okay, let's
Watched it today, but
escape.
yeah, I watched it so much today.
You're my friend, Jack.
That's super super sweet. That is super sweet. Michael, why is that such a sweet episode? Is because Michael did improve himself. He did improve himself, and he did become a better person. So then the old Michael wouldn't have a problem with rebooting Janet, right? And Janet's like, I cannot deal with I cannot deal with this problem. And then this asks a bigger question, which is assisted living. Do you want somebody if you're hurting, right? Are you pro euthanasia or no? Janet said, I'm suffering, please kill me. And Michael says, I can't, you're my friend, I don't want to kill you. And this is sweet because this is an act of wanting to help Janet. And you know what's insane? He doesn't have to be mad he doesn't have to be nice to Chitty, Eleanor, Tahani, and Janu or Jason. You only have to be nice to Janet because he feels responsible. So this is a huge growth. Why? Because we just saw Eleanor feel bad for Shitty because she introduced Michael to the course. This is what it is. So we have Eleanor that says, listen, you need to have a rebound, and this is the advice that she's gonna follow. So she creates Derek, and the craziest thing with her creating Derek is that she's not supposed to do that. It's a part of her. This is super cool because he's the actor of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which makes it, I think, the third one to be, and they both show. They're both produced by Formulon, so possibly because of that.
Eleanor said that to forget about Jason, I should.
Derek is super cool because, again, it's a mess, and she's not supposed to create him, and she kind of share power with Derek, between her and Derek.
Jason.
There you go. So I'm gonna stop here, and we're gonna do the tournament for the tower, which means I'm gonna be back in about 20 minutes. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Good. Good. I was petrified. Oh la la. Cassie. guess so. I guess so. Two. She went viral, holy shit. I slit my own throat just to see if you want me. You're using too much of your throat, bro. I want your things in my room. Good. Is Jacob, Martin, and Julian, possibly. Just to warn me. Yeah. I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. Trailer. Her voice.
We should do up your resume sometime. Squash pecker.
Blueberry pecker. You're into strawberry picking too, weren't you?
Car wash. Wash bay attendant.
You worked at that apple field down in the fucking valley for a while picking. See, why don't you like bring some of this shit to us, man? Blueberries are good for you. Actually, I got some apples in my bag. I'll give you some. Alright, thank you. Man, that's thanks.
See, what would you put on your resume instead of just squash pecker blueberry? You could make it sound
More technical.
I may not fucking live. Oh, big, but doesn't sound like it's welcome. This is a weird thing that I didn't think. I don't like Terry test for the simple reason. Hey, John, it's nice of guys what they say.
unreal.
Really?
You know what? Right before the show,
Yeah.
they have a death.
So, this is not with books. This is not with beginning man. Books.
No.
Ramen?
Ramen.
Noodles, man.
It's how you make noodle. I mean, I know you know already, but you might
Cook, yeah, might be something in there, man. Let's go.
prison ramen. Look at this one. True facts that sound like bullshit.
Sounds like a good one.
I thought Ricky would enjoy that.
Prison ramen. Two. Puppies. The puppy. Hmm. I feel like I know him. Not from The Wire though. Nope. Just turned on me. to warn me. Yeah. I don't want you more. Noble.
Did you actually drink his pee?
No, I would never drink someone's pee.
Did you enjoy working with Dax?
Yes, it was an amazing experience.
Will you continue to see each other even though the visualization is over?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Are you still insecure about your body?
I don't think so. I think that
That's enough. Honey. Okay. I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. Choo, 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 choo. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to our show. Guys, doing well, having a wonderful day on this on this Wednesday. It is 7:58, which means we are a minute and a half away from the limit of doing the tournament. However, I got a surprise for you guys. We are gonna make we're gonna make the tournament. We made the last one, which is kind of important because well, today is Wednesday. Wednesday, like the show on Netflix. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! No, no, no! You're fucking up, dude. You're fucking up. You see, this is the problem. Sometimes I do it very fast, sometimes I do it very slow. I had to wait last seconds. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a tournament together. Are you down for that? Are you? Would that be something I should be down for? So if you love me, let me go. Singing a lot of Slipknot today. 45 seconds. This is how we do it. So again, super simple. We're just gonna be having some fun doing tournaments. We'll be focusing on the resistance. When the resistance is done, we'll start doing because what I observe with the Tower Talk. So by the way, 23rd, 24th September 25. You see this shit? This is gorgeous, and this is flawless. The problem that I find that I have with I'm just gonna get myself a little snack, if you don't mind. We're gonna get ourselves. I have to be careful because there's wires. There's wires because we're charging the phone. So I've noticed with the tower, what I do is I talk a lot, and this is why the resistance die right away. Now let's remind ourselves that resistance last time didn't really have some good results. So what we're gonna do this time is we're gonna be focusing on actually true playthrough. The first playthrough is of course resistance, because I'm noticing that the resistance is the first to die. However, what am I surprised about? And this is kind of a classic because I'm noticing that the sword die second position. So what I think that is because of course we have next to no health, right? Now what is cool with that is because I see the shield and the sword as one of the same entity. They're completely different playthrough, but they feel similar because again they were made 2 days apart. But we're gonna have another playthrough, by the way. With how am I feeling about the silver? I do feel really good about it for a couple of reasons. A couple of the reasons. What is the first reason? Put some music. Let's put some music if you don't mind. The first reason why I feel very confident about it is we improved a lot. Last time we did that, last time that we did that tournament, we were still in tier 3. Now we are in tier 5, so it's definitely different, which is a good thing. Could I put some music? I still wish we did better with the sword because the sword feels very different. And again, it's kind of cool because most of these tournaments will have the same like what should I call it? Heat level, right? And some of them are going to be better for we want to check. You see, I can actually take like I don't have to super focus on it. We're already at tier 20, at wave 20, which beats what we used to do. So yeah, so the heat sometimes works for one playthrough or the others. Also, the later on the Resistance Reborn is gonna be invincible almost because it's a carbon copy of the crown. With the crown, we bought some things, and the Resistance we're not gonna buy anything. Also, I didn't mention that I was gonna think about making another playthrough, and that playthrough is gonna be the fifth playthrough. Is gonna be no communication. We're talking about no comments. We're talking about no talking. We're talking about tower talk, which is a video for every single tower, but next to no talking with this. So, and because we're gonna be doing a fifth playthrough, it's gonna be a super special playthrough because we're gonna be let it go when we sleep and when we're gonna go to class or we're gonna work. We're gonna have it in the background, so you're gonna be able to hear the courses and shit like that. So that's gonna be important. Oh, we're almost dead. My mother, tell my father, I've done the best I can. Did my best. I did my best. We are 28. I'm curious to see how good we did last time. We did max wave last time was 25. I did the best I can. There's nothing I could have changed. No, man. 20 diamonds. It's a shame because right now what we have is
Boss, $200. Give
we're
me
gonna
a
do the
socket.
ad because we need to do an ad for every single day, because of the event. We did no calm. It would be super nice because it's gonna be complete days of just listening to the same song. Why haven't I done that before? So with the tower, which is kind of complex, we're gonna talk about it when I do the playthrough, of course. But what is kind of complex is that it's such a game where I play a lot. I couldn't be talking before. Some of those days we do 14 hours of the tower. Disappear somewhere in the stratosphere. Tell my mother, tell my father, I've done the best I can to make them realize this is my life. I hope they understand. I'm not angry, I'm just saying. Sometimes goodbye is a second chance. Super good. The from we don't really need it. The one I want is cathode ray tube. Because it's the shizzle. I'm gonna buy 2 cards. Slow aura and slow aura times 2. That's it. What are the chances? What are the chances? So yeah, so the no comments would be good. The reason why I didn't do it is because if there's no comments, there's no sound. There's music, but I get copyrighted. However, it's a copyright that doesn't affect the channel. So they just get the ad revenue of the video. I don't make ad revenue. So yeah. I just didn't like having a video out there with so much in the background, you know? For example, the sword in itself is 1,000 part. Imagine having 1,000 part playthrough of literal months, copyrighted because of songs. This is kind of nuts, right? What I think I'm gonna do, and again, this is kind of crazy, but I'm gonna do I could actually do a no comments and just put music in the background. And the music is gonna be Netflix because Netflix they have no copyrights. But then I believe, I don't know if I do it. Because 1,000 parts of my videos must have worked to get all my ad revenue. Or future ad revenue got. I'm not super done with that. Music is good though. We'll do the first 10 parts. Mm, 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 mm. Go, go. Mm. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do with everything else, it's going well. The playthrough, like I said, Sword is doing the best because what we're doing right now is kind of fun. Shield is doing also amazing because we're almost done with the labs, which is super important. Next we have what? Next we have no hold you high and still your pain. 'Cause I'm broken when I'm low on some and I don't feel right. Because they're all four playthrough right now are dividends on the lab. I could do a lot more with Resistance Reborn. I could do a lot more. I could have way more fun with the playthrough that I'm having right now. However, there is a price to it. And the price to it is doing a lab that I don't want to do right away. Because what I want to do is, for now, Tier 1 is phenomenal. Tier 2 is even better. Tier 2 we're doing almost a milli every single time. So what I'm going to do is I'm possibly going to be waiting until we have all my workshop bought. And gonna have all my workshop bots. Because I'm doing a level. We still have to buy the wall and Deadify. It'd be super important, but at the same time, it's not that important because all we're doing is upgrading all the stats. So we're not talking about upgrading all the stats. We're not upgrading attack or defense. We're upgrading defense percentage. We torn damage, life steal, shockwave, orbs, landmine. For attack, we're upgrading speed, range, critical factor. We're upgrading bounce shot, rapid fire, multi shot. So we're upgrading. The rest for damage, health regen, and defense absolute, I'll leave them next to nothing. Well, next to nothing. What we do have on it, right? That way, when I do the free level up, we still have something. But yeah, that's the plan. We just finished something that's great, and something that's great is the fact that all of my utility upgrades, all of my utility free upgrades are meaningful because they're putting themselves in package chance, package max, and package recovery rate. So there you go. So what we're doing is we're waiting for the labs. But for resistance, as long as I'm working on the workshop, I'm really upgrading. I'm gonna start doing the labs, and I'm gonna be doing the labs I really want to do. I really want to do flame bots. I really want to do flame bots. Lower cooldown because flame bots we use it a lot, and I have really important stuff for the flame bot. For example, the mods that we have is double damage for the bot. So right away, even if we don't have that much, we're still doing a lot of damage, and that's pretty much it. Now what we're gonna do, the second part of this video is reading the guild chat because we haven't read the guild chat in so freaking long. I got a text. 'Cause I'm broken when I'm low on some. Okay, so we got EP. Tier 4, nice. I got the 12 finally the past week. Okay, Falcon better. So I'm writing this on the 100 way below my max on tier 1. 2000, I haven't used second wind yet. Uza, so close. Got to wave 400. Just had my best winning performance. Got to 100. So people talking about their. I'm gonna be honest, this chat is more active than the other chat. They're talking about their progress, which is great. Phone cut for cooldown on GT is insane. I am at 136. My GT, okay. Does anyone have a glitch where GT is activate? Okay. It's okay, it's just a visual bug. I have it also. Okay. No. And a bit of glitch this week. I can guarantee 25 contribution this week. I will try my best. I have to answer this. Lapland, I got 1000. What did the ray enemy do? I see them every so often in the higher wave. Got down ray enemy. Should I go perma poison swamp? Ooh, perma poison swamp's good. Speed reduction would help you more upfront. It's crucial for legend. Need one more new model for threshold. Thanks. Damage reduction or skip. Mine is level 20. I did it, guys. Wave. Relic unlock. Nice. As first tier complete, relic feels nice. Keep going. Someone in Reddit suggests for me to try BHD and dumping some coin to free up what? See, this is really the tower, which is very technical. For me, this is a game that I'm enjoying playing as a time waster, right? So it's a complex. Good, 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 good. So the squad is doing really well, which I'm happy for. Let's see if we have the living like a blind man. Self of feeling, and this is how you remind me. I am the lowest. I am the lowest contribution. Shit. And now I'm gonna be reading my second guild. Second guild, I'm a bit more worried about reading it because I'm the Liam. It's not like you to say sorry because it's not my guild. The other one, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm the leader. I'm the operator, officer. And hearts were breaking and wrong. I've been down. We got 2 hours for the next one. Okay, so let's go with this one, guild. And are we having fun yet? Yet, 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 yo, yet. Okay. So we have. It's super cool because I'm seeing a chrono. I think it's me. If you have the gem, I say go for it. You can experiment and decide which is better for build. Nice. Golden Tower and Death, Black Hole, Chrono, Ultimate Lineup. Now I can finally start saving for Spotlight. I'll make it this far without those things sync law. I've been syncing them before, it's just like getting to them to 4 minutes. And Black at 2 minutes was my main goal. Syncing them, okay? Hey, do you have mass in this game? Never mind, I figured it out. No ID. Thanks for having me. Welcome, Luap. Welcome, Luap. Mass, I believe, is how resistant to knockback they are. Good, perfect. Yeah, yo. Nah, no. I'm always worried about dropping something. Cause I'm a clumsy person, so I'm always worried. There's nothing to worry about, dude. You're good. You're excellent. I'm a bit worried about my class in the rank. Cause I don't want to be stuck in silver for the longest of times. Now at position 20, which will give me a 45 gem and 14 stone. I did what last week? Rank 11? Wait a second. This is how you remind me of what I really am. Rank 11 was what? You got so much more for... Okay, wow. We did so much worse than the last time. I swear to God, I tried my best. I don't know what's going on. We'll have the wall. Forever you're the heart worth breaking, and I've been wrong, I've been down. I feel bad because I'm letting my guild a bit down because we're so busy with the new build. And then I'm gonna do the same thing in 3 months for the what? We having fun, yeah. I'm gonna have the 5th playthrough. Again, the work is gonna be super nice. Busy when I'm working. Otherwise completely noiseless. And I'm gonna be finding a place where I'm gonna get copyright. I want to see if lo-fi music playlist is copyright free, because lo-fi could be really cool. What's it look like? Shit. Look how much it looks like shit, dude. This is kind of disgusting. What is going on with this one?
Somewhat, somehow, like that.
No, it's good. Yeah, it looks really good.
Okay, we officially give him an army salute.
Which is weird. I don't know why the other one was so disgusting. Let's see if lo-fi girl, lo-fi playlist copyright free. No copyrights. We could do the whole day. I could have a whole day. There's no copyrights. Toot, 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 toot. Oh, I'm dumb. Yeah, but I'm not gonna be able to do it because we're back at golden. Nice, 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 nice. Wolf Geek, okay, cool. Yeah, so probably gonna be ending the video. I thought about I'd be able to do all of them, but they're all one tier lower, so fuck that. Yes, I swear. I swear a lot. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, go. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't care about your music, your guitar solos. Sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. Okay, good. Don't blink, it should blink. Welcome to commercial. Considering mobs are having a wonderful day on this great 24th September 2005. Can't believe tomorrow we're losing the good place. Don't worry, we're in a position to do it. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry. Take them on the good place. Let's do another video if you don't mind. Of course. Do you mind? Do you actually mind? Because if you do, I'll psych. I won't change video. So we're going to continue with season 2, episode 7, which is Derek. Season 2, episode 7 with Derek is kind of special. Derek is actually pretty cool as a concept. The character is kind of shitty. So Derek is the exact same as Janet, but if he was malfunctioning. So why is this so cool? Because Janet in itself is a hard concept to realize. So Derek has a failed version of it. Could be super cool. So we got Jason and Janet who are super in love. Not Jason. Derek and Janet who are super in love, which is kind of shitty because this is a rebound. But at the same time, it fixes the problem. See, Eleanor did do her best to give advice, but is it good advice? That's up to you to decide. We got a cool place, which is, we got a cool place and a good place, which is Michael sending Janu, and I'm gonna call him Tahani. Janu. Sometimes I'm gonna call him Jason. Sometimes it's Janu. They send him to literally get a wedding, which is kind of nice in itself because, again, this is supposed to be happening in season 1, episode 1, but never really happened. What's next? What is next? Baby, don't hurt me. So Michael does ask the help for Shitty and Eleanor. Eleanor's such a weird name, but has also such a common name possibly. And it's kind of cool because she trusts them. So in the rank of importance is Eleanor and Shitty. Now, is it because they're morally superior to Jason and Tahani. I don't know, but Michael does use them a lot more, and it's kind of the importance of it. But it's also important because we have Jason and Tahani who finally have their moment together, and it's cool. Do you believe in the relationship? No. Did I believe in a shitty, I don't know, relationship? I don't think I do. I don't know. It's kind of complex. So then Michael said, "Listen, Derek cannot exist because we need Janet for this plan to succeed. First of all, Janet will glitch if Derek is there. Second of all, Janet is needed for the plan. Third of all, Derek is not supposed to exist, so he shouldn't exist, right? Derek is the first of his kind. Is first of his kind, and there's no need for it. So also, this is kind of important because this is a representation of how human Janet is. Like this need for a rebound, although it's caused by Eleanor, is something that a Janet never done before. See, the whole plot of it, right? The first season is planning this is a good place, but it's a bad place. The whole plot of the second season is, what if those people deserve to be in a good place, right? So, with Janet is the same thing. She deserves love, yes. Should she be should she be in love? Absolutely. Is that what happened? Not necessarily, and that's okay. So next we have super cool moment between Tahani and Jason, and this is super cool because and the couple counseling got Jason that felt like Tahani didn't care about him, and now she's showing that she cared, which is absolutely important. Got Jason and Janet that are now working out right away. They're fighting already, which is kind of good because Michael wants Derek to be put apart. But it's not because Jason and Janet, sorry, Derek and Janet are not working out. They're gonna put it apart. And this is the coolest thing also, is Janet is able to create a Derek. Is she able to delete a Derek? And this answer is kind of different, you know. And it's kind of cool because there's two main plot line in this. The first plot line is Derek and Janet. The second plot line is Tahani and Jason. We don't want Jason and Tahani to be together, and this is the moral quandary. Um, the moral quandary here is that Jason and Tahani should be able to marry each other if they want to. However, if they marry each other, then Janet will never be happy because she likes Jason, and this is sucks for Jason. So separating them mean that Janet is happy. So Janet being happy or not needing a rebound means that Derek doesn't exist. However, you broke a couple. So in the greater good and the trolley, you have the same thing. And this is kind of nice because what would you do? And there's no answer to that. We got Michael literally saying breaking up Jason and Tahani. You know, we have the literal wedding. We have the wedding, and this is kind of cool because this is the second wedding, and Jason is the second wedding. So it's nice because it's a feeling of deja vu, but somehow super different. You know. So we have Janet who is the judge who's gonna marry Jason and Tahani. This is cool because we're explaining the birth of Derek as a consequences of Jason leaving Janet. But the presence of Derek isn't a consequences, it's a plus. And Jason is a complete mess. Complete mess. Now, also this is cool because this is the first time that Derek is normal. So he's talking about how it wasn't supposed to happen. So one of this, the way he's explaining it says, "You gave me wind chime instead of a penis because Derek asked Janet what does he have that I don't." And Janet says that he has genitals. So because Derek doesn't have genitals, Janet is like, okay, well, it's not gonna work out. But at the same time, Derek's not supposed to exist, you know? So this is the proof that he's a mistake. Because there's even a flaw in designing him, which is kind of cool. Um, we got Eleanor. This is amazing. Eleanor that says, I was wrong. If you don't need a rebound guy, you need to heal over the fact that you and Jason won't work, and that's okay to be sad. It's okay to be miserable. It sucks, I get it. But you don't need to have a rebound guy. I was wrong. So this is Eleanor teaching, and this is also good because this is Eleanor being a good person, first of all. But this is also good because it's Eleanor saying like, "Yo, I was wrong with something that she doesn't do." So she's becoming a better teacher. And see, that's the thing. She was a teacher, right? They spread knowledge, which is an act of kindness. So possibly Eleanor sees that as a kind of kindness. So when she teaches people, it's an act of kindness. You know. So Janet reabsorbed Jason, which is kind of cool. Jason and Tiny, they're having a problem, which sucks because it's all a question of it sucks because you're creating a couple and you get attached to these people, but then you're breaking up, right? It's just a weird show, but it's a good show too. There's constant moments like that that are weird. There's a lot of moments like that that are weird because you're literally building up Jason and Tahani to fail, but then you learn a couple lessons through it. They fell in love. Tahani was, and the reason, improved, and they were both serving each other's needs. Jason again acknowledging Tahani, and Tahani taking care of Jason, which is super cool, right? It was a really good relationship. However, the whole thing here is not as important as Eleanor and Shitty. Eleanor and Shitty says, "Listen, I owe you an apology. I've been lying to you." And then this is kind of cool because this episode taught her. Like for example, because there was a rebound when she fell in love with Shitty, she needed a rebound because this is the way of thinking. The reason she didn't do it is because there was no rebound. But if there was one, she would have done it, right? So then she tells Shitty, "Listen, I have something to tell you." And then this is kind of cool because she is faced with her first moral quandary. And her very first moral quandary is what? Her very first moral quandary is the fact that I'm keeping a secret, that if I tell you, I'm going to hurt you. But keeping a secret in itself is bad to begin with. So it's a really nice mixture of something that's supposed to be happening and something that happened itself. And it's cool because it's something. For example, if you had a secret that doesn't change anything in anybody's life, right? But you feel bad keeping, would you tell it, or at the same time, wouldn't you? You know? And here, Eleanor didn't tell people, "I'm not gonna say it," and the secret is about Shitty, so she should tell him. So she showed him the tape of the two of them falling in love, and this is important because Eleanor had his knowledge, but Shitty didn't know. This is so cool because Shitty see himself, and he says, "I've never been so sure about something as I am in this video." And this is weird because I'm not used to it. And there's also a really, really cool thing where they're both having a hard time acknowledging the feelings. It's Shitty who was never able to make a decision, and Eleanor was never able to be vulnerable. Eleanor was vulnerable, and Shitty made a decision, so they're both good for each other. So where I am, they're basically reborn, and because they're basically reborn, they find themselves in real life. And this is how it happens because there's no reboot in real life, right? So Michael goes in, and we just have a talk. And this is such an important part. This is not such an important part because this is amazing. So this in itself is Michael says, "How did you take the decision? Why did you tell Shitty, right?" And it was basically like, oh, 10%. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go in soon. But it's okay. So far, we're not in a big drama. So basically, Eleanor tells him, there's a little voice in my head, and that little voice is kind of my guilty part, saying that, yo, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this to Shitty, and you felt bad about it. And even though I told him, and even though I didn't get the result that I wanted, I still got rid of the little voice. Now, why is that important? Because when they revive. When they get revived, Michael will talk to Eleanor, and this is the moment he will tell her that you remember this. And this is super cool because Michael believes that Eleanor's a really good person, and this is insane. This is super, super cool. because in here, Eleanor and Michael become friends, you know. But then the ending of the episode happens, and it's Sean. You see, I watched this yesterday, and I already don't remember. Already don't remember. So we got season 2, episode 8, which is a fall of faith. There you go. So basically, what Sean does here, and this is kind of cool. Sean goes here. Trust from a fall from grace. So this episode is about Sean that comes in. Sean comes in, and he's like, you know what? You convinced me. I didn't think that you had it in you, but this actually works. This neighborhood that you created actually works. I don't know how you pull it off, but it works. So because it works, what we're gonna do is we're gonna destroy it. We're gonna do other ones like this, right? So basically, what he's saying is, you proven what you wanted to prove, and we're gonna destroy the neighborhood. We're gonna destroy it because we showed that it's success, right? And this is kind of stupid because it is like in the episode they're saying like Sean took all the credits, right? And this is super cool because Sean took all the credits from the higher ups, but Sean gave all the credits to Michael. And he said to Michael, "You did it." He didn't say to the higher ups. He said, "I did it," but to Michael he said, "You did it." And this is super cool because Vicky was like, "No." And this is also amazing because in the last episode we see Eleanor giving the secret to Shitty. That's the video where she said, "I love you," and then Vicky's like, "Yo, this is my neighborhood. This is me that's behind it. Either you tell him that I'm behind, or I tell him about all the time it fails." And this is Vicky who's constantly failing. It's Vicky who was constantly wanting to do bad things. And here, Michael is a guy who's good. See, Vicky is possibly a version of Michael before Michael became morally questioning life in itself. And because he started morally questioning life in itself, he became a better person, right? Vicky is possibly a past version, or even because the real Michael, we never had him. We had him in season 1, then we're having in season 2 for 2 episodes, and then we're having a team up. So we never really had a real Michael. So what he was like more like Vicky, and this is what we're having a problem with, you know? So yeah, this is nuts because he says here, Michael says, "Are you really happy?" And he says, "I'm squealing like a little girl." And this is funny because this reminded me of Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Kevin and Sean are very, very, very similar. So this is cool. So Michael um, and Sean are going against the fort. Now, this is possibly one of the most, if not the most important episode of the season, but it's also one of the greatest and most valuable of the season. So it's basically asking, did Michael truly change? Because in here he betrays them, and he's like, "Yo, uh, I'm working with Sean. I was never honest. I never meant to be nice to you guys. Y'all suck, right?" And then everybody is wondering, did Michael turn or not? And this is super cool because Michael at the end doesn't turn. And this, I gotta say, is unbelievable. And it's not because in a sense this episode is complete annoying because he's always repeating the same thing. However, we see Michael change, and it's like, okay, well, we saw him change, well, he made the right decision. So when he make at the end the right decision, like, holy shit, this pay off. So
Something I wanted to say for a very That's right, nerds. Everything to say for a very long time. Surprise, idiots. You're all in the
yes, there you go. So basically, so also what you have to try to understand here is Michael is still pretending that the second this is the second try. And what is really cool is when he says you're in the bad place, surprise, they're all acting shocked. So it helps sell to Sean that this is the second one. However, they're shocked not because it's a bad place, they're shocked because Michael betrayed them, which is just brilliant. There's gonna be a moment in this episode which is brilliant.
destroy the place, play beer pong with Jason.
So they're talking about how to torture each of them, which is kind of cool.
This make me feel drunk.
Super cool. Now here's the good part, right? So Janet's here wears magnets because it makes her drunk, first of all, but also because it blocks her power. So this is important. Why? Because she is a good Janet and would work towards helping the human, but because she cannot do anything, she's basically powerless to help anybody. So this is not super important, but it just showed the range of the actions of Janet. Janet is again a zero, a zero. You had points. Okay, well she's acting like that. She's drunk. She's flirty. She's funny, you know. And I do like that. I do like how much they're doing with the character. It's meaningful because they're doing a lot with the characters. It's not meaningful because there's no changes that stays, but it shows the range of what the character could be. So now everybody is asking, why did Michael betray us? This is super cool because they're all believing that they betray him, and every single one person feel like Michael did betray them, except for Eleanor. Eleanor, so they said, what is the plan? Do we escape to the middle place? And this is cool because they know about the middle place. And Eleanor's like, you know what? I have a plan. We're doing nothing, and we keep on trusting Michael. And this is cool because she's the only one that trusts Michael, because I feel like she feels a kinship with Michael.
Trade information on Michael or try to escape to the medium place?
Neither.
There
I
you go.
vote we ignore.
You see? And it's amazing, and it's just amazing. So everybody is questioning her, and this is so fucking cool. Everybody is questioning Eleanor, but now here is the most important part of this decision. Eleanor basically vouched for Michael. So then it's not about do we trust Michael, it's about do we trust Eleanor. And in this case, yes, they trust Eleanor. So because they trust Eleanor, then this whole point of can we trust Michael is pointless. Because again, it's not Michael that we trust, it's Eleanor. And because it's not Michael that we trust, it's Eleanor, and we do trust her. She's proven time and time again that she's a good person. She's proven time and time again that she's changed. She's not the selfish human being that she was, which is kind of important in itself. Also, which is really really cool, is Eleanor now has 1 season and 8 episodes to show that she's a good person. There is a guy in here, which his name is Krieger, right? Krieger, okay? And Krieger, what he says is, and this is super cool. This is really, really, really important. So Krieger goes in, and he mentions the name of Krieger, right? Then Eleanor's like, this guy is asking us to take a leap of faith because this book, which is written by Krieger, is talking about taking a leap of faith. That's his whole thing. Then Michael's like, holy shit, you literally wrote... Yeah, no, shitty. It's like, holy shit, you literally read a book that I didn't tell you to read. What's wrong with you? You're doing so good. You're so motivated, which is, in itself, kind of cool. Kind of cool. So then, perfect. The next scene is Vicky. Now, this is super nice because Vicky see that Michael is getting all the credit. But she's like, okay, well, I did something too. So now she starts to blackmail. Now, what is it cool with the character of Vicky? If we didn't see her for a while, why is that cool? Because she's not an omnipotent character. She's sometimes there. She is there. What she represents, however, is omnipotent. It's always a failure of Michael because he got betrayed by his old team. Vicky also represents the reason as to why, Michael had to do the deal with the 4 people. So we got a literal roast, which is kind of cool because they're making fun of everybody. Now, the roast is shitty. However, there's one person that's really important. Really, really, really important. He does a joke on the favorite football player of Jason, and he calls him Derek. Derek, remember, is a character that was created. So they're wanting them to get to Derek because Derek has the power of Janet. Make sense? Makes a lot of sense, I guess. So they're always trying to see like, hey, what is going on? So they're basically what they're looking at is the destruction of the neighborhood, and it's kind of sucked because they had so many emotion there. So this is the low point. Like, okay, well, our home is getting destroyed. We have so many memories there are destroyed. The guy that could help us basically betrayed us. We have no hope of getting out alive. There's no hope left, and all of the hope lies on a guy that just took hours to betray us. This is super cool. There's a scene here where Michael will whisper all night long to Vicky. Now, it is revealed after this episode. This I love because you're establishing a plot, but you're also entering the plot the same episode. Which, fuck waiting for hours upon hours upon hours. Just give me the answer. Give me the time to think about it, but give me the answer after. And what he was doing is, he knew that Michael needed Janet to betray her, right? He needed whatever he was planning. He needed Janet, right? And then what happened is, he whispered to Janet, something something Vicky something something. Janet is drunk because of the magnet, right? But she said the truth. So when Vicky says to Janet, "What did he tell you?" and then Janet is acting drunk and she say something something Vicky something something, right? And it's that's literally what Michael said. So he knew that Vicky was gonna betray him. What she did is she tried to free Vicky. She tried to free Janet, which is Michael using her as a scapegoat. So you see Michael good, but also a devil. So he does is, um, so they go in and they see that they steal the train. They steal the train and these guys, the two guys, this is the people that we watched the Red Moon with, which is super nice. So Vicky betrays Michael, which is basically telling everything that happened. This is super super cool because they see a train escaping, and they feel like the people, the four people that left from the middle place, which they didn't. They stayed behind. So Bad Janet literally so there you go. So there you go. So then Sean is pissed off because the four people left, and Vicky tells Sean that Michael was behind everything, right? Which he wasn't. He wasn't. And Michael will he will throw Vicky under the bus, or under the train, if you will. I'm proving that she is the one, which is kind of cool. And then Sean will believe Michael and destroy Vicky, and this is super 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 cool. Why? So she says that she tried to take out the bracelet for Janet, which is the one that helped them escape. So Sean, what he does is, this is super cool. Sean, what he does is he captures or tortures Vicky, and then the train leave. And CDK will find them. You stay here, Michael. You make sure that if they're still around, you make sure that you're there. And then on the train, you got what? You got the four people, and then you realize that Michael didn't betray them, which is super good because again, it proves that Michael was on their side, which is an amazing scene. Look at this. I love this guy. I love this guy. What a brilliant actor. Now, what is the cool thing here? What is the super cool thing? It sucks, dude. It sucks. Because you saw those guys in multiple videos, you know. They're having fun, which is normal. And here we are working, you know. I was talking about a lot about existential crisis today. Am I more Ink or more Steph? Steph will just show those guys. Ink doesn't, you know. Anyway, you got 24 hours to do 25 episodes. Holy shit. That's a lot. Okay, so he betrayed them. Now this is a cool thing because they talk about how they realized. I don't remember this. I actually don't remember this. So Michael, he tells them how many clues he left behind, and then they said, okay, well, I left you 200 clues, but you just get to pick out three. It's okay, you did the right thing anyway. Um, I don't remember this. So they have a chance to escape, but then she realized that this is exactly the place that they're gonna be, the medium place. So what they do is they send Derek to Mindy Sinclair house with cocaine and Derek to sleep over. I don't remember this. I don't remember this. There you go. So everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna go to a good place, which is good. Then they focus on Michael, doesn't seem happy. So here it is. The next episode is the good place, which is kind of cool because we realize that Michael was full of shit. He doesn't know how to get a good place. Yeah. How many batteries do we have? Are we good with batteries? No. Okay, we have time to do maybe one more. I'll do one more, but it's gonna be fast. It's gonna be fast as fuck, boys. Okay, so we get the intro, which is basically saying goodbye to the good place, which is kind of nuts because, again, this is we've spent so much time here. Michael takes them to a blip, which is kind of insane because there's a little blip, and it's cool because they're eating frozen yogurts and they're like, okay, well, let's remind ourselves that we have some good place. The good place does that a lot. There's a lot of feel good moment, you know. So then we have a entry to the blip. And this is kind of cool because this is Michael still being Michael. So what they do is there's four, they have to be the four. So if you're the best version of yourself, then you'll be able to get on the blip. So they go, all the time they go in and they're like, okay, well, am I the best version of myself? So the first time they go, everybody passes except for Shitty. Shitty feels like I'm not the best version of myself because there's possibly a version that was rebooted that was better than this. And then I know it's like fuck it. If you believe that you get the best version here, those version doesn't exist anymore. Don't care about this one. Focus on this one. And then Eleanor is the second one that doesn't go in because she got into her head. I would tell the actor they fucked up over here because it's kind of logic that the last one isn't gonna pass. So then they're arguing, and then Michael says, "You know what? I was full of shit. I didn't know how to get to the good place. I'm sorry I lied to you guys." And this is cool. You know why? Because Shitty realized that the best version of him is this version, and you know why it is? Because this version was able to take Eleanor and make her a good person. Was able to take Jason and make him a good person. So it's actually super meaningful because the good he did around him is more than other version of himself, you know. So then Michael, they're pissed off at Michael because he lied about the good place, but Michael is saying that there is a last option, right? We can, if we go through the hell, we can actually get to the good place. We have to go through hell though, so we have to hide ourselves as this is super cool. This is super cool because if they hide themselves in the bad place, they might be able to go to the good place, but it's not easy. They'll have to hide themselves. They'll have to pretend like they belong in the bad place. There's a lot of chance that there's something wrong that's gonna happen. There's a lot of chances, most likely, something wrong will happen. So this is kind of funny. Now, they start drinking, which is super nice because they're drinking tequila. It's again a feel good moment, right? And what I think happened here is they weren't sure it was gonna be a third season, so they go to they take the risk, right? And this is cool because we got Tahani and Jason says, hey, what if you don't make it? What if we don't make it? You know? And it's about the risk. You got Tahani, Jason, you got Shitty, and um, you got Shitty and Eleanor. And this is so cool because they realize that there's a lot of risk here. It's like okay, well this is the finale. This is we are sacrificing everything. We are risking everything. It just doesn't work. We're fucked. It doesn't work. We're gonna get tortured. Now we're gonna be losing each other. And it's meaningful, but it's not the most meaningful thing ever. You know, it's not the most meaningful thing ever. So then, such a nice moment. They're celebrating. They're celebrating, and they're even telling Michael that he's a pretty good dude, and they make him an honorary human. It's super meaningful, you know. And then they're chilling around. They're chilling around, and it's super nice. It's super nice because it's emotional. You really feel for these people, right? And then Eleanor's like, you know what? Fuck it, let's do it. They get drunk and they're like, let's do it. And then they go to the judge. They want to go to the judge and prove that they have a chance to be the good place resident. So then they say fuck it and they go to the good place. They decided to go, which is super cool. It's sad because you see Eleanor and Shinny saying back to the house. You're seeing the entire good place. Everybody is saying goodbye. It sucks because you really feel like the end of the series. You feel like the end of the series, and again we are at it's season 2, episode 9. There's only 12 episodes, so it could be. It could be the end of it. Will we make it to season 3? We made it to season 3, baby. We made it to season 3. Oh hell yeah! So then, Michael get the bad Janet to go and pick them up on a train, which again remember that we need a Janet for that. That's 54. We're good. And Michael killed the bad Janet, which is super nice. Now there's a ton of jokes of how the bad place is the bad place and the good place is the good place, but we were the good place because we were here. And this I gotta show you because this is so nice. This I gotta show you because this is so nice. There you go. Just a couple seconds. Look. See the neighborhood. The neighborhood is being destroyed. Everything that Michael has ever worked for is being destroyed. This is genius. Look at this. Babylon. There you go. So we're gonna take a break and we'll continue after. Tomorrow we're doing a special. Tomorrow it's only the good place. We got 3 episodes. We got I got 15. I got 15. I got 20. I wish I was better. 28 episodes to do. 28 episodes. It's 4 per hours. I got. Oh my god. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. We'll do it. We'll be able to. If I can finish to season 3, episode 3 or 4 today, I'm gonna be very happy. Because season 2 is 12 episodes, season 3 is 12 episodes, season 4 is 13. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Sorry if somehow we took a shortcut. It's just that, again, this is a tough show to recap. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Life is what happened while you're busy making your excuses. There's no battle tonight. There is no battles. Yeah, there's no battles. Okay, let's go ahead. Life is what happened. You're busy making your excuses. Another day, another casual day. But that won't happen to me. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, won't come back around. Whoa, whoa. Procrastination. Okay. So 30. Divided by 4. Gonna miss me when I'm gone. My apologies. Okay. Where's the wetter? I don't care. Oh no.
Agree or disagree? Lap.
Life without parole. As to count 4, the defense of attempted murder, violation of vice code.
Another world record. Supermate Jagger. 810 pounds.
This is one of the best in.
It's really cool, Nick. What happened to
Don't
you?
love your job. Job your love. Don't.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Hey, shut the fuck up! I had to go to the comments. Don't face your fears. Fear your fate. Don't cross your finger. Finger your crotch. Don't love your wife. Wife your love. Don't waste time. Time your way. No. No, no. No.
Give me your paw. Okay. Dame la mano. Dame la mano. Hey, honey. Give me a song. Let's show them your trick. Close your eyes. Okay, open them. Hasta que lo pone en el piso. Vean la reacción de Coco cuando lo deja. Well, for Rocket League special.
Wait, do you not like it because of the scrunchie?
Come on, buddy. Oh, let's go. Then the awards and what's going on to fly?
No, I'm kicking.
I'm sorry. Did that bring that on?
The lights.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you film me for long enough, you're gonna see lots of ticks.
Is that okay or not okay?
I don't care.
Can I ask you anything?
I died like a dummy. Like a dummy. Straight dummy. I wanna kiss you, make you feel alright. kiss you, make you feel alright. Mistletoe, you saved my life, and I wanna cry, but all my tears. Today is gonna be raining, so. Ouch. Sheesh. Right. And hurry because the time to close. Go, 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 go. Good. I think I'm gonna do. Sleep a little bit. Sleep a little bit.